to the 2019 firearm deer season in Minnesota. And that was probably one of our guys right there. Single shot, so it might be Paul. We're hunting bucks only. There may be a pheasant or two here. What a cool morning. I'm on the same piece of property Maya got her deer on. I'm on an opposite corner of it and see her piece standing next to a little cedar tree, covering a lot of ground. You can see kind of covering deer coming out of this cornfield into the CRP. It's across the road. And also that draw goes down to the river bottom, and this is where the deer run back and forth out of here. So nice start to the morning. This property has a lot of potential after it's going to get seeded, and this will be all natural prairie grass like this. Lots of pheasants. Hopefully we'll get some deer on camera today. All this white behind me, a little snow on the ground, and that'll be all natural prairie grass like this when we get here. Holy smokes, are there pheasants in here today. I guess you don't have to go to South Dakota to get roosters. We've got them here in Minnesota. All right, I will come back hopefully when we see some deer. Hey everybody, quick update. Kind of looking, you can see maybe off in that distance there, looks like I'm hunting with my brother and his son Hank, so my brother and his nephew. And when we were doing our intro with all the pheasants earlier, we heard a single shot. And it's early yet, and both of them are over there at the farmhouse hanging a deer. I don't know which one got one, but I think we're on the board. I haven't heard from them yet. I suspect I'll hear something pretty soon, but the neighbors are already having happy feet too. They're already walking all over the place over there. I've seen 3 deer this morning. They're too early to film. It was after the intro, but they're farther away, and I don't think you would have seen it on camera. So there's a pheasant actually flying across the slough right now. But they came out of that back corner, ran across the field here, then they ran all the way down around me, and then they went across the highway over there at that stop sign. And then when these guys over here started walking around, they chased a doe. That was a doe and a fawn, by the way. I don't know if I said that, but this guy chased a nice doe, and they came right across here and stood on the hillside there about 100 yards out, and then took off running, and then just stopped over here, and it started walking, and then it decided it did not want to cross the field. Instead, it went into the corn over here in the corner. So I've seen 3, no bucks. Lots and lots of pheasants. Lots of pheasants. Couple flocks of ducks. Early in the morning, flew right over me, some mallards. And that's it so far. It's been kind of a cool morning. Literally cool. You can see the slough right over here is frozen right to there. There's deer tracks all over right where I'm standing. And so my thoughts were deer that were in the corn all night, they're going to come into this grass to bed. And I'm kind of cutting them off, and any deer exiting the property to go down into the river bottom, that I'd have a crack at them. But no horns, no shots. So kind of a nice morning though. And I'm going to hang out here for a bit longer. And it's been a good learning experience because I haven't hunted deer in this corner of the property yet. And it's good to know exactly where they're exiting to head down to the river bottoms, and potentially where deer from the river bottoms are coming back up. And that's going to be right over there by that stop sign. So for future, after all this gets seeded and all this will be this tall natural prairie grass, it's going to be good to know where all the deer movement's going to be. And with more on this being tall grass, we're going to have the ability to hold more deer without having them leave the property when they're spooked. So we'll see how it all works. But right now, a lot of people walking around. I'm the only one still sticking it out, and I plan on sticking it out a while longer. You just never know when something's going to run by. So that's a quick update. We'll get back later. Hi everybody. I just repositioned opposite end of the property that we have permission out from where I was at. I'm on the edge of a slough. When I came out here, there was a doe feeding right out here. So you kind of come around this tree to the point going into the slough. Just a narrow woods, thick woods. That's a deer sign. Hank is right over there. And again, we're just looking for bucks. And I know this may surprise you, but there's pheasant sign all over on this side too. So we'll see how this evening goes, or this morning goes. Hey everybody, it's time for the evening hunt. We just got done watching the Gophers beat Penn State, and we booked out into our stands. I'm in a different stand today. Might recognize this one from Maya's video. This is where she shot her first deer, and it was right over there. So we've got very warm temps. The snow is melting, high of around 40. The wind has died down. It will be a non-factor today. Should have a very good evening hunt. I am thinking I'll probably hear most everything behind me, so I'm going to try to focus more on what's happening out here. It is stinky as the neighbor is spreading hog manure on the field right next to us. So it actually could play in our favor, is messing up with the deer senses. So we shall see. But it's going to be a mild evening before the cold front comes rolling through tomorrow. So, and I think we'll have low temps on Monday of 9 degrees, but I'll be actually probably hunting in the morning and then taking off home. So this will be my only evening hunt of this trip. So we'll see if we see some deer. Stir. Starting to walk to the left. Oh, it's coming out any second now. He's right on the edge of the clearing now. He's right by that lone tree. There he is. No, he's close. Come on in there. Right by the cedar. There he goes in. I thought he was a little farther away than what he was. You know, so they didn't waste any time getting across that clearing. When I was hunting with Maya, we also had a rooster run across. I didn't see it. I was looking the other direction, but Maya saw one running across. You hear the corn dryers, pheasants cackling. We just gotta get some deer moving. So I'll check back in. Hey everybody. Welcome to day 2 of the Minnesota firearm deer season. It's light enough for us to film here. I'm on a new spot. This is where Hank shot his 2x3 or 5-point this yesterday morning. It's a totally different day. There's a very strong north wind. I think they're saying on the news it could get to 18 miles per hour. From the northeast, I believe. Or northwest, excuse me. But here's what I'm looking at today. Flew behind me. All froze over. And of course, been hearing pheasants. Haven't seen any pheasants back in here, but I didn't expect to see some back in here either. They're all roosting over where I was at yesterday morning. Kind of a neat spot. So Hank saw his deer walking across here. He's able to shoot it right over in there. And it went 30 yards maybe before it piled up. One shot, which was on camera, I guess. I was doing my intro yesterday, watching pheasants when that shot went off, so. But here we are. Hopefully we'll see some deer this morning. Hey everybody. It's about 7:30 in the morning. Quick update. I have seen a deer. Just couldn't get the camera out in time to video it because it went by real quick. I believe it was a fawn. And it kind of popped out right on the street. There's a tree line. If you look back, there's a run of oak trees. And it walked right through those oak trees. And there's a little group of cedars right back over in there. And I believe it just went over there to bed down. Otherwise, the end of the field or the end of this wood lot is right up here. And either went out there to feed, but my guess is it's laying down right in that group of cedars. If not, it'll probably circle back either my way or out the other side of the CRP. But seen one. Hopefully we'll see some more. So maybe something with some horns. Hey everybody. Well, I think this is going to conclude the first weekend for me because I kind of want to get back in town because my son's in town. I want to get back up to the cities and spend some time with him before I have to go back to work. I do think I'll be back out here next weekend. We'll do a part 2 next weekend. What will help us out a lot is there's a couple of big cornfields in. The one that was off of yesterday morning. And there's one on the other side. When those come out, there'll be more deer in here for sure. But always fun to get out. But yeah, not too far from the truck now, so we'll just kind of mosey our way this way. As windy as it is, and the wind really started to pick up. The deer just don't move unless you're pushing them. And the duck hunters are getting some shots. I've heard to hear a slug shot today. It's been all duck hunters. So, yeah. It was a fun time. I want to again thank Walt's Bait and Tackle for sponsoring the channel. And thank everybody for watching. I'm looking forward to having you join me on the next adventure. Have a great day.